everybody. Today we're listening to Proverbs chapter 3, and this is a wonderful passage, especially verses 5 and 6, although the rest of them are great too. I'm going to read it for you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Notice it said not just trust, but trust with your whole heart. Think about, what does that mean exactly? It made me think about back when, maybe it's a shared experience that we've all had, when we got the courage up to ask somebody out on a date. Or maybe it was the courage to receive an invitation. It's a first step of trust, isn't it? And then you take when you're together, some conversational risks, and you find out, did they respond appropriately? Can you trust them? Are they unselfish? And then you determined that you could, and you ventured out and take even more risks. And after doing this for a period of time, you might say, wow, I really trust this person. You might even say, I trust them with my heart. Now, we know that trust is sort of the foundation of any human relationship. Even more is it the foundation of our relationship with God. Ultimately, God calls us to take a chance on him. He says, I dare you to test me, and still take another chance, and then still another after that. And we determine, Lord, I do trust you now. I trust you with my life, my family, my health, my finances. The list goes on and on. I trust you with everything. And we even dare to trust him in areas that we don't understand. And that leads us to the second part of the verse where he says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. I remember years ago I read this article about 20 pilots who were trained to fly an airplane by sight, but they weren't trained with instruments. And each pilot was put through a simulated weather experience, a bad weather experience. And some of the pilots lasted a few minutes and some only lasted 20 seconds. The average time it took these seasoned pilots to ultimately crash was less than 3 minutes. They all crashed. It's so easy to say, I know better. But that's like an overconfident pilot, second guessing the instruments. And any pilot would tell you that's not a good idea. When my intuition and my desires go against God's will, this proverb is telling us that I should stick with the word of God. Lean not on my own understanding. God's plan is always best. And then finally, the passage ends up with seek his will in everything, and he will direct your paths. A straight path does not necessarily mean that it's going to be easy or without challenge, or that I'm going to be perfectly healthy, or I'll be wealthy with money, or comfortable, or popular, or buff, or all the rest of the things that we list out on our hopeful list. Instead, it does mean that God cares about who we're becoming. He cares much more about our character than he does our comfort. And if we're honest, so do we. So today, I want to challenge you to memorize these two verses. They are gold. We have every reason to trust our all-wise, all-loving God. I pray that you have a trust-filled day.
If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.